Hi and welcome to The Curve Weekly, the podcast that keeps you up to date with all the money, business and stock market tea.
Everyone should experience first class at least once in their lives, and Annie shouldn't miss out just because she can't afford it.
Help me, I'm poor.
How are you, Vic?
Like I haven't seen you for a while.
I'm being serious. We talk about work all the time.
I'm good. What is your check-in from 1 to 5 on a personal level? So if we actually spoke to this lady, been a bit of an advisor to us, and she's like, it's good to do personal check-ins and professional. Yeah. 1 to 5, how are you feeling?
Personal?
Yeah.
Today, actually, I reckon a 3.
That's good.
Yeah. 3 to 3.5. How about you?
I think I was like a 4 and then came into the studio, got a bit thrown with the plan for today. So I'm a bit frazzled.
Vic's not great with a change of plan.
No, so that's probably borderlining on a 2.5.
Oh shit!
No.
Is that how much it affects you?
No. I'm having a good day listening to Gracie Adams on the way to work on the bike.
Who's Gracie Adams?
Oh, she's so good.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my god,
she's dating Mescal guy.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
So when Vic and I went to the Taylor Swift concert, she was the girl that came out as a surprise guest, and we were like, cool outfit.
I mean, it's a bit like breakup music, but it's just like, it's really passionate. On the Lime bike. And
that is so funny because I saw that she was dating Paul and I was like, Paul, as if he's my mate. And I was like, no way. Yeah. She's a babe.
Such a babe.
Do you know what did happen this morning, which was the first thing I saw when I logged into my phone, which of course I did as soon as I woke up, was where I've bought new bed sheets from, where I spent far too much money.
The limoncello ones?
Yeah. I was at a party on Saturday night and I was going, oh my God, I bought new sheets. And then I started talking about how they were yellow and my friend was like, I was literally about to bag my ex-flatmate who had lime-coloured sheets. Anyway, I bought these new, it's like linen sets. Mm-hmm. I went on Instagram this morning. They're on sale, 20% off this week only.
Definitely go back to them and be like, hey.
What do you mean? Because I was like, do I cancel the order and reorder and then have to send them back? Or should I just
yeah.
Because I was thinking I could just order new ones.
Or just send them an email and say, hey, I saw these are on sale. Can I get a refund or a credit? No. And or be like, if they say no, be like, okay, well, I'm going to return them and then just buy them on sale. Big dick energy.
What do you think would be more successful? I think I'd be sorry, you bought it out. Because where would you draw the line?
Confrontational.
But where would you draw the line if you have a sale 2 weeks later and someone's bought?
Customer service though, it's like if they were like, no, you've got a way around it. Do you know what I mean?
True.
It's like it's in their best interest to be like, oh yeah, sure. Admin customer. But yeah.
Yeah, so good. It's like that's like £100 I could have saved. It's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that was
there's certain stores or brands that actually have policies like that if it goes on sale within 24 hours, we will match it kind of thing.
It was like 4 days ago.
I feel like you won't email them.
I honestly think I will.
Yeah.
I think I'm on a roll at the moment of being quite good with my admin. I've been really feeling quite good about it.
Yeah, good.
Like I bought this really hideous, I shouldn't say hideous because I did offer it to our editor who's definitely going to listen to this, but I ordered this black leather bag, which is a backpack and not really my style. I just decided I'm not a backpack girl. And anyway, I wanted to return it. So I've already clicked return. I haven't dropped it off at the post office yet, but that's a win.
Nice.
Because there's been times where I've ordered the same swimsuit in different sizes and then just never returned them.
Yeah, I think I found a swimsuit of yours that you're supposed to return at my house like a year later.
Oh my God, can I have it back? That was so expensive.
Yeah, I gave it to you.
Oh, I don't know where it went.
That was very expensive.
It was like a $300 swimsuit.
Now you've got 2 lime green swimsuits,
which
is what every girl needs.
All over it. It's like a big giant brown patch all over the stomach area, and the other I don't know where it's gone. So
like my foundation stain on my pants this morning.
But comes into the studio and she goes, I did a get ready with me this morning. And I was like, go Vic. Really getting into a TikTok era.
And then Emily, our editor's like, what's on your pants? I was like, oh yeah, satin foundation while I was doing my get ready with me. It's a work in progress, you know? You know, you can only get better. The more you do it, the better you get, like public speaking. You know?
Which is true.
Yeah.
So many people said that to me and I didn't believe them. And now I'm like, it is a thing. Yeah. You just have to do it.
Like podcasting. We're so great now.
I am not joking. I was looking back at, because in our investing club, one of the stocks that Vic basically presents it by herself, and I was watching it and I thought, holy shit, you are so good. I sent you a message being like, I am so impressed. Like,
and I was just like, thanks, babe.
No, but being serious, if this was like 3 years ago and you had to hold your own with no one there with a camera and speak to it, it's just like a really good reminder. You can learn skills like investing or being better with money or presenting or tennis, whatever it is. Like you're always going to be kind of shit when you first start and then you can get better.
Very true.
Okay, stock market.
Stock market.
Talk to us. What's happening?
So Nvidia. This is the AI darling stock. So this is like the poster child. You know, if you're investing in AI, pretty much everyone is investing in Nvidia. It's in all the AI ETFs, like all of that. You know, like it's the poster child. It's the pinnacle. No,
I like the darling. AI darling's great. And I remember when we first started talking about this Nvidia, I just was like, the name's hard to remember. It sounds really scary. But now it's kind of a household name to me. Yeah. I mean, it's not, but
market darlings is kind of a term. I quite like it.
I like it too.
Ones that have just done really well consistently, you know, they're just the darlings.
It kind of reminds me of like, you know,
a bit
like
patronizing though.
Or a pageant. It reminds me of like the American like pageant winner or something.
Anyway, Nvidia. So it reported its financial result this week. Now, why is this important? So this stock has like dominated the return of the S&P 500 like for the last couple of years. So
why are we only talking about it within the last 6 months though? Like, you know, it's similar to an overnight success.
Yeah.
It's sort of like all of a sudden become a recognizable stock and company. But if it's been dominating for years, like.
Well, it has literally been the last year. It's like really roofed it.
Yeah. Roofed it. I love that.
And its share price has gone up 150% in the last year. It's the best performing stock in the index and it has accounted for 25%. So a quarter of the overall return of the stock market is due to this one stock.
Whoa.
So the S&P 500 is pretty much up 20% this year so far. 5% of that is due to Nvidia. Does that make sense? So it's like, even though it's such a small percentage, well, it's like 7% of the index because its return has been so massive, it's like brought up the whole overall percentage increase of the index. If it hadn't been in the index, the stock market would have returned about 15%, not 20. That's massive for 500 companies to be all moving in different directions and you've got this one company that's just like slogging it away, like dragging up the rest of the companies kind of thing.
When was the last time that there was a darling stock in the S&P 500 like Nvidia that was really carrying the load for everyone else?
I mean, back in the day, they're like the tech companies like Amazon and stuff, particularly post-COVID, they were like, what was it, 2021 or even the back end of 2020, they went sky high. But it was kind of a group, they're called the like Magnificent Seven, and it's like the 7 tech companies. I know all the like geeky names.
So it's been a while since there was one that was really like.
Yeah. The thing is, the reason it's so important in terms of its financial result this week is that if it sneezes, the whole market gets a cold, effectively. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of if it had a shocking result, the whole stock market would be down.
It's almost good and bad.
It's moving market. So everyone's like, oh gosh, what does it do? Yeah, it's good and bad, exactly. But
so it reported its result and it was a good one.
It was a great result. Like its revenue more than doubled, but the share price fell.
Why?
Because the stock's up 150% this year. So there is so, like expectations for the stock are so high that even though it increases revenue 120%, people are like, it's not good enough. I want like more.
But is it's not good enough, or is it it's gone down because people are like, it's so high, it can't keep going?
It's a combination. So it's like, this is what scares me when share prices do massively well or like go up a lot.
It's like Tesla, it's like heyday.
You're expecting, you need the earnings and revenue growth to catch up almost. So it's like, if you've got a share price going up and up and up, you want that earnings growth to keep growing and growing and growing because you're buying that stock because you expect it to grow in the future. So if more and more people are buying that stock, that's more and more people expecting it to grow in the future. There's a lot expected of it. So everyone was watching this result being like, okay, the share price is up 150%. Like they better deliver a fucking good result. Otherwise people are going to be like, nah, growth is over. It's not going to grow as fast. I don't want to hold this stock anymore. And obviously a few people did that.
See, I almost would, I mean, God, me, not as if I know what I'm talking about, but I would almost argue, like a lot of the time when you speak about stocks doing really well, the idea is it needs to have that forward-looking success. Could there just be an element of the fact that people are starting to be like, you know what, everyone's on board now. what is the chance that it's going to do this well again?
Exactly.
Probably pretty low. It might have nothing to do with their result, right? Like it could just be, okay, they're doing really well, but how much better could they do? Probably not as well as they already have.
I guess with financial results, it's the time that the company reports news to the public. So it is a time to almost reflect, do I want to hold this? You've got like a whole bunch of new information about how this company's doing. So yeah, there would be people that are like, actually it's done 150%. I'm actually stoked with that. I'm going to sell. Others reading the result going, oh, actually this company can continue to do well. I'm going to keep holding. So this is like the whole thing. When you get news, people are digesting it really, really quickly, figuring out, should I hold it? Should I sell it? And so, yeah, you're right. This is why companies that have done this well in such a short space of time scare me, because are you going to do 150% next year? I mean, you're going to hold me to this, but no, it just scares me. I would rather something that consistently does like 10, 20%.
It is.
I'm a slow, steady wins the race.
Such a slow burn. I honestly think when I'm feeling a bit more confident in my investing, I'm like quite excited to almost like challenge what you think, because
just you wait, girl. I've got something coming later, which is
no, but I guess it's more just, it's really interesting because I don't mean this in a rude way. It's just the more that I learn, the more that I realize like you are actually quite conservative with the way you invest. Like you have a really long-term view, which is so good.
All the best investors in the world.
No, 100%. It's just so funny to see myself get like having an opinion on it, because I up until now would just take anything you say as gospel. Whereas for me, you know how you're like, you look at Nvidia and you're like, oh no, it scares me. Whereas I'm like, it doesn't scare me. It's just interesting.
Like I still own it in the S&P 500.
Yeah, you just wouldn't double down as an individual stock.
If this financial result that it just reported, say its revenue instead of 120% had come out at 50%, that stock, I can guarantee you would have been off like probably 50%. It would have fallen that much because people would be like, AI is not our future. This company is not going to be able to grow at the rate that we thought it was, which was like plus 100%. So that's why it's just like the moves are way bigger when you're investing in high growth companies. So you've just got to be careful. But yeah, if you're holding it for the long term and you've got a whole lot of other companies that you own as well, then it can be a great addition to your portfolio. So
this is a really good example as well, like in the investing club. And I know it's a bit mean to talk about this because obviously not everyone's a part of it yet, but we have 6 stocks in there that we're discussing. And one of them is Nike. And we were like, let's try bribe people, because actually the idea of wanting to understand what other people think is so awesome. Like to hear what you think of a stock, what me, Emily, everyone thinks is like, it gives you way more context to make a decision as to what your opinion is. And so in the club at the moment, we're like, okay, $100 Nike voucher for everyone to just comment what you think on the Nike stock. So we did a big deep dive on it. And I've honestly spent the whole morning reading comments, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like it's so exciting to see it working, because I think for so long we've had these conversations in silo, right? Where it's like you make these decisions without any idea really what other people are doing.
And this lady posted a photo of her in a Nike store. It was quite cool. I was like, love that.
I know. Adding multimedia to the chat.
I actually went past a TK Maxx store.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
which is one of the stocks in the investing club for people.
And I was like, oh my God. And then, I didn't take a photo. Sorry.
You should have.
I know. I was late to dinner. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Was this the other night? Yeah. That was weird from you.
I was busy going over podcast questions on the bus and then just missed my stop.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we also talk about AI actually in the investing club. We've got an expert in there who we've brought in to talk about all things AI. So yeah, if you're like, oh God, I don't know if I want to invest in Nvidia, or I just want to understand more about it, join the club.
At the moment, the club is 1,000 people, but we're just trying to test and make sure everything all works fine before everyone else joins. So if you do want to be a part of it and you're not yet, we'll put a link in the show notes to join just the email community, like our newsletter, and you'll find out when you can join. But all the stuff will still be available by the time you get into the club as well. It's not like you're missing out.
Another stock I was looking at, which had quite a big move this week, was PDD.
So is this the one that Danny, our commercial director, has invested in? She was like, it hasn't done that well?
No, that was AMD.
Oh,
close.
God. What's PMD?
Actually not even close
PMD?
at all. PDD.
What is it?
So it's the parent company of Temu.
Oh, you've invested in Temu.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's it done? Oh no, did not do well.
No.
Damn.
But I'm not crying over spilt milk. It's fine. A, I didn't put a lot in it, and B, I own other stuff which is doing well, so thank goodness. But yeah, it's down about 30%.
Why? What was the did they have a result?
Had a result. Competition is increasing. Customer preferences are shifting. It's just not doing as well as people expected. And actually, like Amazon's coming back pretty tough in terms of a competitor. Shine is also competing against Temu. Like there's a lot of low cost,
cheap brands that you can buy online. Yeah. What's Amazon doing that's like coming back, all guns blazing? What are they doing? Because I think, I don't know. I think I pay for Amazon Prime, which is like what? Is that a totally different company?
No.
You looked at me like
do you buy that much off Amazon?
No, I just haven't.
A subscription?
No, I just haven't cancelled it, which is actually probably a really good reminder.
And AliExpress as well, Alibaba.
No.
Yeah, there's honestly like, why not kicking around? Yeah, so there's just like a lot of competitors in the space wanting to increase their market share, and so they're kind of getting hurt, which is surprising because my personal shopping preferences, I just bought a whole lot of stuff off Temu in the weekend.
What did you get?
I'm really excited for it to arrive.
What kind of stuff?
I got a little mirror for my dresser because I was so sick of taking my makeup bag to my big mirror to do my get ready with me.
Oh yeah, of course. How annoying.
A little toothbrush holder. Because ours is quite gross.
Oh my God, this is so
funny.
It's
metallic silver, quite fun.
You're decorating your house with
Temu. And then I bought like a fruit bowl.
I want a fruit bowl.
Yeah.
I was thinking this morning I need a fruit bowl.
And then I bought a bedside table.
And
it's quite jazzy, so I was like, I'll just buy one, see if I like it.
I'm really excited to see what you bought.
Yeah, same. But anyway, so Temu, the parent company PDD. So I don't know if you remember a while ago, so if we spoke about how the richest person in China was now the PDD founder.
Yeah.
And anyway, that only lasted about 2 weeks.
Why?
Because he's just lost $14 billion.
Because Temu's doing so bad.
Because Temu's doing so bad. And so his percentage of PDD, the parent company, is still the same, but the value of that has fallen because the share price has fallen. So sorry.
I find it hard to understand that because you often say, you're like, oh, they lost $14 billion in a day, but
it's only on paper.
Yeah. Because I don't.
Still, Imagine if you could see that every day. I'd be doing no work. I'd be seeing that go up and down, and I'd be,
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about it like that, but I feel like surely they've got so much money that they're not that stressed about.
Yeah. I mean, even the dividend on that, I don't know if it pays a dividend, but if you own so many shares in a company, you get the dividend. You're not really concerned about the increase in the value as much.
Question, did you buy from Temu because you wanted to reinforce your stock pick idea and the fact that you've invested in it? Or did you do your research and think, these are my favorite things I've found and order them?
To be honest, it kept targeting me.
Yeah.
I was looking at beds. I needed a bedside table and I was like, oh, I've been trying to look for like the perfect one. And I had these ones at Temu that I was like looking at and then I was like, oh, I just need to buy something. Like I'm so sick of not having one. And then they kept spamming me and I was like, okay, I'll do it.
So it's just digital marketing basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
It got me at my weak point. It was a rainy Saturday. I was like, okay, sure.
Was it expensive? Like what price range are we talking for all that? Because I think
all of that was £150.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
For a bedside table, a mirror.
A toothbrush holder, a little like jewellery holder.
Yeah.
A bookshelf magazine holder and a desk organizer, which is I'm going to use as a fruit bowl.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
See, I would look at that and think
And free shipping.
Yeah, wow.
Anyway.
So you're not divesting. You're going to leave.
I'm going to leave it. Yeah. I mean,
you haven't got a huge ship.
Nah. I mean, it's down nearly 30% now. I'm like, cool.
Time to buy.
Yeah.
Off I go. Me, every time something's down, I'm like, off I go for my sale.
Yeah. No, but it's true. It is on sale.
I'm buying. I've written it in my Friday to-do list. Buy Temu.
Also, do you get PMS?
Yeah. Actually, no, not really.
No, I don't fucking get PMS.
I honestly don't get to. You get PMS. I don't reckon.
I do not.
Nah. Okay. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not fair.
I do not get PMS. I get hungry as. But I think I lean into it too. Well, anyway, I have got the Flow app and it has been game changing. This kind of sounds like a bit of an ad, but it's not. It honestly, but it also is a bit self-fulfilling. Like it'll be like, you might have back pain today. I'm like, oh my God, I do. Or it's like, you might be in the mood for sex. I'm like, I am.
Who's around? Who can I find?
Who can I eye contact with?
Vic's on this new thing where she's trying to give people more eye contact. And yesterday she was like, so, I I looked lots of people in the eye today. I'm like, good on you, babe.
Like even like in a non-sexual sense. And I tried to do it at dinner the other night and I got so creeped out. And I was like, do you reckon he's getting creeped out? Because he was explaining things and I was literally staring at him. And then it got so awkward and I was like, oh my God, now I don't know where I used to look. Like, was it your mouth? Was it your like, I was like, oh, it was so, and then I wasn't even listening to what he was saying. So anyway.
Basically, the reason we're talking about this is because, and actually we spoke about this in the office earlier in the week, because there was news that came out about the Flow app. It's now worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that we were talking about is the fact that it was co-founded by two men.
Yes.
And I think that
which I'm just like, yeah.
But I think this is a really good example of if we felt more confident in business and money with the stock market, etc., we would have noticed that there was no technology helping women track their cycles, and we would have thought of this as an idea. But because a lot of us aren't confident enough to enter the business sphere, it's really great ideas like that should be invented by women that aren't.
Yeah, and I think it also comes down to like having the mental capacity to think about these things and actually having the time. Like we do 4.5 hours more unpaid work than men. Like imagine if we were spending that on a side hustle or even like splitting that gender-wise, like what we could achieve. I don't know, there's just like so many elements of this that frustrate me because it's like, and this is what plays into the stats around, well, only 2% of female founded businesses get funding. It's like because the money is going to people like this who started, you know, like it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it just really frustrates me. But anyway, yes, this business Flow, founded by two men, it now generates $200 million a year in revenue and it's a UK business. And I kind of wanted to touch on the fact that it's got a valuation because it's a private company. And so the thing with public companies like Nvidia, they're valued every day because people are transacting. And when there's a transaction, that sets a value for the price of the business. So people are buying and selling all the time. The share price is moving. That essentially creates a value for the entire business. If the share price goes up, the value of the entire business goes up. If it goes down, the value of the entire business goes down. Whereas with private companies, there's not transactions all the time. So when there is, that's when the valuation is set. And so this was a private equity company investing in Flow that then created that transaction and that price of $1 billion. But I don't even know what else to say on this really. Just the fact that it started by two men and it's the world's largest period infertility tracker is just like baffling. Yeah.
I wrote an article last week about our journey raising capital. And I know if you've listened to the episode we did with Danny, our new commercial director, which we put out like a couple of weeks ago, we spoke a little bit about what that process was like, because for us it was like we've never taken external capital before. It was the steepest learning curve ever. And I think it's just really important to share what that looked like and what we learned. And so I wrote an article which we'll put up on our website. I'm not sure it's already there or not, but I think it's more just being a part of these conversations, opening up your curiosity and ears to listen for potential either investing ideas to invest in companies or business ideas. Like even walking here this morning, this is such a weird thing to bring up, but I saw a woman on a Lime bike and she was doing what I do whenever I'm in a dress or a skirt on a Lime bike, awkwardly trying to bike while holding her skirt down so she's not flashing everyone. Oh,
yeah.
And I mean, this is a terrible business idea, but what went through my head was like, imagine if there was bikes where you could have almost like a cover so that it was like way more comfortable for women to be on so that people aren't seeing up your skirt when you bike. I mean, obviously it's not necessarily a great idea, but it's more the fact of changing your mindset to what is a problem that we encounter and what is a way that we could potentially solve that. And if you feel excited enough about an idea that is solving a problem, just remembering that you have such a unique view on the world when it comes to starting businesses or investing in businesses because we experience the world so differently. Our bodies, the way that we move through the world, we have hormones
and we're half the population. So it's like if it's going to be solving a problem for you, it's probably going to be solving a problem for a lot of other women. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like me at school. I did young enterprise and I was like, what's a problem that needs solving? You're never going to get it.
So I think I am. Is this the goldfish story?
Oh. It's worse.
Can you give me a clue?
So during that period, I don't even know how, I think it was 15, 16, there was a lot of quad bikes getting stolen in New Zealand because they're expensive and farmers, there was this one case, a farmer came out and he shot the person that stole his bike. And we were like, perfect, let's create a quad bike alarm that goes off if a quad bike's being moved.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know, but like I'm a girl from the city and like I'm creating this quad bike alarm.
That's so clever.
We were these like 6 private school girls creating quad bike alarms. It's quite funny. We went to field days in Hamilton, which like if anyone's been, it's like the farmers, like Glastonbury kind of thing. It did really well, and because it was solving a problem. And like, anyway, we didn't go on to be a massive success because we all left school. But it's just like, it was like reading through the newspaper and being like, shit, this is a problem. Like, how can we solve it kind of thing? And that's, I think, how all good businesses start. Like Uber, they were standing in the rain and they were like, imagine if we could just order a taxi on our phone, you know, like little things like that. So yeah.
There's someone special very close to you's birthday.
I know. Was yours last week? Warren Buffett's today. You know, just
how old is he turning?
All my favorite people, 94.
Oh, Warren. He's so great.
I know.
Do you think you'll call your kid Warren?
Maybe. Did I tell you I went to his AGM, his company's AGM?
Annual general meeting,
which is like for shareholders. It's the one meeting a year. They will update the shareholders. You can go and ask questions, and it's like the pilgrimage to where Warren Buffett lives in Nebraska.
Also, sorry, if anyone's just listening to this for the first time and they're like, who the hell is Warren Buffett?
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the most famous investors in the world.
Anyway, this person stood up, and you're supposed to stand up and ask questions, and he stood up and he's like, I love you so much, Warren. I'm named my child Warren. And I was like, oh dear God. You know, sometimes.
Were you like, how did you waste a question on that?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah, I don't think I comprehended the like scale of, anyway, yeah, I was like, oh God, mate. Everyone's like, ugh. So anyway, yes, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Warren. But for his birthday, his company, so his investment company, Berkshire Hathaway, has become the first US company outside of the technology sector, so it's not a tech company, to join the $1 trillion club. So that means the value of that business is now $1 trillion, which is just, I can't even comprehend $1 trillion.
What is a trillion? Is it a billion billions?
It's another 6 zeros on a billion.
It's like, it's incomprehensible. It's like thinking about how many stars there are in the world.
Yeah, and then when people are like, oh, it's like if you put all $10 notes on top of each other, it would go to the moon. I'm like, that doesn't really help me, you know?
Yeah.
But yes, this is all because the share price of Berkshire Hathaway has done super, super well this year. It's added $200 billion this year alone. So it's done really, really well this year. The only other companies that are in the club, like I said, are tech companies. So you've got Nvidia, Meta, Alphabet, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon,
Oh my
Tesla.
God. So he's a part of the Magnificent Seven now, which is...
No, the Magnificent Seven are always just like those 7. I don't know. Yeah, they're just like...
But are those 7 the $1 trillion clubs?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, they're the $1 trillion clubs. Yeah, so, I mean, he could be part of the Magnificent 8 now. Doesn't really have the same ring to it, but...
It does sound very much like Captain Planet.
Well, it's a book, The Magnificent 7.
Is it?
Yeah.
What adventures?
It's like the Babysitter's Club, you know?
Oh, okay.
It was like, yeah, they'd get up to trouble and go exploring and stuff. So
that's amazing though.
Yeah.
Go
So
Warren.
the share price is up 30% this year. Best year of performance since 2013 for Berkshire Hathaway, which is amazing.
Do you think people are supporting him because his main guy, Charlie's no longer here?
Probably.
Charlie Munger, his best friend, died.
Yeah. I mean, you could write him a letter rather than buying stock.
But maybe like the publicity of him not being here.
Or I'd be more concerned. I'd be like, okay, cool, one's gone.
Oh.
But 94.
Warren.
Yeah.
We've got to somehow interview him or speak to someone in his family.
He took control of Berkshire Hathaway in 1965. The value of that company was $25 million. It's now $1 trillion.
Whoa.
And he is worth $150 billion.
And doesn't he drive like a Toyota Yaris
and
or
still
something?
lives in the same house? It's got like barricades around it in Nebraska because everyone's like,
he's so
everyone's
cool.
like,
The shrine of Nebraska.
shrine, yeah. Also Burberry. So this poor company, like,
Why is it not doing well?
nah, it's not doing well, and all the other luxury companies are doing fantastically
Is it
well.
not? Is
It's
it
just
owned
like,
by anyone? Like, is it a part of
no,
LVMH?
it's like its own public.
Do you think that's
company.
why? Does it need to be a part of like a
I
bigger?
just feel like sometimes creatively they just kind of don't get it right. And creative directors always move around different, what do they call it, houses and different brands and stuff, and they all get poached by each other and they all, you know, have these creative flows. But
I thought Burberry is doing. I mean, I still feel like it's not an uncool brand. My friend in the weekend was wearing her brand new Burberry trench coat that she'd invested because it was like she'd gotten a promotion. She was really excited. She wanted to buy something that was like going to last for a while, and it looked beautiful. It was so cool.
very iconic British print, definitely. But anyway, it's been in the FTSE 100, so the UK's version of the S&P 500, which is the top 100 companies in the UK. It's been in that index for 15 years.
Did it drop out?
And it's just dropped out.
Oh, no.
Because it's the top 100 companies, and they keep, every 3 months they rebalance and go, okay, which companies have done badly and have to go out, which companies have done well and have to come in. And yeah, it's been there for 15 years and now it's come out.
Oh dear.
And then lastly, just something I'm winning with.
You're winning with?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. I know exactly where you're going with this.
So there was an article the New Zealand Herald put out last week around the best performing KiwiSaver fund, and whoop whoop.
Which is that's the New Zealand version of like the pension for 401k, your super blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to get to the punchline.
So yes, there's a company called Morningstar which tracks, it's like an independent company and it tracks all the KiwiSaver providers, which are the pension providers in New Zealand, and Milford KiwiSaver Active Growth Fund, which is where my KiwiSaver is, was the best performing fund.
Can we still get into that if we wanted to?
Yeah.
It's not like closed off or something? For some reason, I feel like I tried once to put money in.
No, I don't think you can't close a KiwiSaver fund because I'm contributing money all the time to it, if that makes sense.
No, but I'm pretty sure there's one at Milford.
The Active Growth, there's like a non-KiwiSaver version, yeah. But anyway, it's delivered nearly 12% per year since it started, which is like nearly 15 years ago.
Can I ask, if you are wanting to swap KiwiSaver, or just hypothetically, I'm asking for a friend, if you wanted to swap, is it kind of similar to buying and selling a house in the same environment, where if you take it out of your KiwiSaver and put it in somewhere else straight away?
You can't take it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess my point is there like a good or bad time to move?
Nah, I think the trade-off of you staying with a bad one to try and time the best moment, you could miss out on.
But what would be a best moment, hypothetically, when it's really high, basically, because you're taking out as much as you can? Is that the point? Or you're moving?
You're buying and selling the same market, so you can't take it out and put in cash.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
What I mean is, when you're like, oh, if you were to wait for a better time, like what would be the perfect time? Is it when it's doing really well?
I don't think there's a better. I think it's more if you want to swap.
Yeah.
Don't sit around in a bad KiwiSaver waiting for, say, prices to go up because you want that to get a better price when you sell, because you might miss out on the other fund that you were planning to go into is doing really well and you've missed out on that. So it's like, don't overcomplicate it. If you find a good fund, you want to change, or you realize, oh shit, I'm actually only getting 4% a year and I can take some more. Sorry, I should be in a higher returning fund. Just do it.
Okay.
Don't wait around, because you can't take your superannuation or your KiwiSaver money out. You have to go from one fund to the other. You have to swap. And if you don't know where it is, that's absolutely no worries either. You just can go to the new one that you want to choose and say, hey, I want to join you now, and they go find it for you. So a lot of people are like, but I don't know where it is. It's like, it's fine. Anyway, your KiwiSaver fund is actually doing really well.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your KiwiSaver fund has done 10.6% per year. So nearly 11% return since it started. So that's quite good.
Pathfinder.
Yeah. That is a really good return. Like that's better than the stock market average return. So that's really good. And you're paying a 1.3% fee. So that's after fees. So you're actually getting 10.6 plus 1.3, but you're just paying away a bit as a fee. So that's fine. You're on track to have about 1.3 million at retirement.
Why are you laughing? Is yours like 17 or something? What's yours?
So mine is nearly 12% return per year.
Wait, but what is that in retirement?
About 1.8 million. So I'll have 500,000 more than you. But this is the thing. It's like
I'll rob your property.
I'm just like, nah. The difference of
I'll steal your plants.
The difference of like literally 1% doesn't seem like much. Like 1% difference in return on our KiwiSaver funds, you're like, semantics. Over 30 years,
500 grand.
That's nearly $500,000.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's just really, really important. I'm not telling people to go and change, but it's like, just be aware. If you're in like a 4, 5, 6% and you've got
could be a shitload.
30 years to retirement, even 20 years to retirement, like that can make a huge difference on your retirement portfolio.
20 holiday fund.
Yeah. So, but don't worry, I'll share that 500,000 with you.
But the only thing, what I would say is, the reason I went to Pathfinder is because they're super ethical. They don't invest in a whole lot of oil and gas. And I'm imagining Milford probably does.
Nah, they've definitely got restrictions on what they can and can't invest in.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably not investing in like the really, really, really bad stuff, but.
Yeah, I'd rather take that 500,000.
Interesting.
and put it into companies that I choose can
Well,
save
so
money.
see, that's an interesting point, which we could go on and on and on forever about, which we're not going to. But don't you think
that's a predicament?
But can I just say,
do you invest in bad companies to take the money out to invest in good companies? Oh, whoa.
Are you proud that we can even have these conversations though? Because back in the day, it was just like, tell me what you think. And now I'm like, kind of like coming back at you, like, I've got some thoughts on that.
No, it is good.
Okay, see ya, bye. Have a great week.
Thank you so much for listening to The Curve Weekly. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the money, biz and stock market news. And if you like what you heard, we would love a review. Thank you.
Yes, we would love a review. But if you
Only
did
a good
hate
one.
it, please, don't leave one if you hate it. No, but in all seriousness, could you please leave a review? Because it really helps other people find our cute little podcast.
And we hope you have a good week and see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye. Sweet. Yeah. See you next Tuesday. Lol. See you next Tuesday. I mean Monday.